our ancestors endured were subject to pressurized, hose, waterboard treatment, held at bay by the authorities with guns on their hip, billy club in one hand, the other clenched fists, ready to unleash the growling canines with eye teeth flashing for intimidation, simply because our brown-skinned people demanded their equal rights and the privilege to march on the front lines. I bowed my head and wept. Eyes open, spring 1968, Baltimore City. My breath nearly touched the nape of the National Guard's neck, seated in the back of a Jeep, 2 by 2, a total of 4. They were locked and loaded. We pursue and chase on our bicycles east on West Saratoga, and the armed guards are oblivious of our presence, disciplined to resist the temptation to confront 2 clueless 13-year-old Negro girls. We pedaled faster in order to catch the breeze from the back of their Jeep and nearly crashed being smarty pants. That was the height of my experience during the Civil Rights Movement. Martin's assassination and the heated riots. That and watching folks drag their booty across our back lots. TVs, lamps, appliances, food, stolen from the train which crossed Bentlow Elementary's playground. What did I know? I was just an observer, not fully awakened, whose middle-class parents sheltered their brood. Eminent domain. After the riots, a mass exodus occurred. Thousands of brown-skinned people were violently spewed from their homes legally and displaced throughout our city. Said they needed this stretch of land. Said it was the bridge that would stretch over and beyond into the future. Instead, it stretched nowhere and ended with one artist's rendition of hope. A huge mural of a barefoot, brown-skinned man planting tree seedlings amidst the stars and blue skies. Sometimes I dread my daily morning drives to deliver my boys to preschool in the heart of the city. On any given turn, the stretch of blocks are occupied by vacant, boarded homes, whose empty residents outdate those who have settled there after the old-timers have retired to greener pastures, or died with the mercy of their homes left to their children, who quickly pulled up their roots and fled to the safety outside city limits. And yet, we fail to see the handwriting on the wall, that brown-skinned people are not wanted in this city boundaries. The multiple vacant homes hang like dead, ripe fruit until plucked from dilapidated blocks for dirt cheap. Reminds me of her lyrics which race through my head as I drive through. Strange fruit hanging from the poplar tree. Yet our ancestors fought and were lynched, beaten, arrested, and scarred for such a time as this. A man in his dreams, Martin, bravely stepped to the plate to push a nonviolent movement for all human rights. But what's changed, I keep asking. We have fallen asleep while city dwellers plan our lives right under their nose, our demise and our extinction. Generation X hasn't a clue about Martin Luther King or civil rights. For our morals and values lie in sling 'em low gangster-style pants with their nasty underwear showing, singing that nasty rap where the N and B words are hip-hop okay and PC correct, with no respect for who opened the doors that they are even allowed to sing this mess freely in public. The spirit of civil rights in Martin's dreams no longer permeate our village. Our ancestor spirits barely linger. I believe somehow we have lost our way on the freedom trail. For time and keeping up with the Joneses has pushed us far from the tear-stained path, paved and watered with our ancestors' blood, sweat, equity, endurance, and even death. We shy away from the responsibility to pick up the cross and surge ahead in the stead of those who have gone before us. Instead, like ostriches, we stick our heads in sinking sand, praying that some lone savior will carry out Martin's dream. But we must remember Moses, like Martin, only carried the Israelites so far before Joshua caught hold of the dream and possessed the promised land. Arise, shine, brown-skinned people. My people perish for lack of knowledge, so the good book tells me. I am no longer that 13-year-old little girl from the 60s. I am a grown woman, seasoned with knowledge, God's salt and light warrior, armed with truth and carrying her cross. I am fully awake, so ask me now if I care.